Alright, this is the example we did in class for number 1 in activity 2.1. We went through, we're doing isometric drawings. So isometric drawings are those drawings that have equal angles around all sides, which is why we're using these triangle papers. These are our isometric papers right here, because we have all of these angles equal. So we'll start, we'll do the following the line around, kind of like we did last time. So we'll start with the top up here. Scooch this over a little bit. Okay, so our top up here, we can count all of our lines just like before. Just remember this time it's the intersections between our triangles that we can count from. So we can count 1, 2, 3 in this direction. It's 1, 2, 3 in every other direction for this top piece right here. So our diamond at the top, we're just going to start with, if we see this is like up and to the right, so we can count 1, 2, 3 up and to the right. Okay, we can see that this is down to the right, so we do 1, 2, 3, down to the right. Okay, we see down to the left. So you're following what direction it is to, not just how many squares it is. Okay, we start with this top. Then we see that it comes down, so usually we follow around the left side first if it's simplest, which it is in this case. So this is 1, 2, 3. So we go down, 1, 2, 3. Just like this. Alright, once we're here, we need to see how many is this direction. Okay, so this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in down right. So we start here, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, again, we're looking at what direction it's going and counting how many blocks it was. Alright, once we get to here, we're going to start looking at different directions now, since we have corners. So we could go up 1. So right here we'll go up 1, like that. We want to go up and to the right 2 for both ends of this one in the middle here. So we go up and to the right for the top of that, and up and to the right for the bottom. Okay, this is our first little rectangle here. A parallelogram, we can close it off just like that. At this point, you could work on the right-hand side if you wanted to, or you could follow along around in the center, whichever one you prefer. For this one, I'm going to start in the middle here. So if we see here, we have 2 by 2. This is another little diamond. We already have the right-hand side of our diamond here, these two. So from the bottom and the top of this one, we want to go 2 up and to the left. So we go 2 up and to the left for both of these, and then we can close it off with one more line. We can double check to make sure we're doing okay so far, because we know from the original drawing that these two diamonds, the corners, should be on the same vertical line, and they should only be 2 apart. When we go and check, these corners, these little diamonds, they're in the same vertical line, they're only 2 apart. So we can draw our line there. Alright, so now we want to just finish up this right-hand side. So if we notice, it goes down and to the right, then up and to the right. So we go down to the right, up to the right. Just one single one. Alright, when we take a look now, we want to make this little box here. It goes up, straight up 2 from either side of this one. So we want to go up 1, 2, up 1, 2. Alright, when we see that, now we can close off this little parallelogram, and we want to put this top piece on. If we notice from these 2 corners, it's going to go up and to the left 3 blocks from each of those. So from here, we're going to go up and to the left 3 blocks. Again, just counting, following it around until we get to our final shape. Okay, the last little pieces, we just want to close this little shape off. So we go down 1, down to the left, down. Okay, so we go down, down to the left, okay, and then down. And that is our outline. So just like before, we want to do our tonal shading. Our side is going to be the darkest, our front is going to be middle, and the top stays blank. Okay, so the side is the darkest, just like this. But you also see this part from the side, and you see this part from the side. Alright, so we have these 3 pieces that we see from the right. Okay, and then we want to shade in the front as well. So our front is going to be this L shape. that we're doing the middle shade. And this L shape right here. Okay, everything else is from the top, so we wouldn't shade it. Alright, and that should be, erase that a little bit, that should be our finished drawing for number 1 of activity 2.1.